What's up guys? Hello, Deep Fried Vamp here. Today I bring you with a pure zombie deck profile. So let's first appreciate the nostalgic the put back into the new cards. Like in the early days we had the Year of the Demise. What was it? Not Merrick, but Bakura used to run this, yeah. And now we got like the Duke of the Demise. I think it's really cool to keep that intact. Really good card for us, yeah. And then the Pyramid Turtle with the Curse of the Ancient Turtle. This came out later, of course, than the Year of the Demise, and it was pretty nuts back in the day, summoning off Endless Decay, having like a 4K beat stick. Yeah, gotta love that. Anyway, let's get on to the deck profile. For some, you may notice this deck box. So the zombie deck count is like 52. Really a fat deck, and I had to make space, you know. So my Mermal deck is now into this water deck profile of this water deck case. I got it from my brother. Thanks, man. Works out greatly. Now don't be alarmed. I do run like triple upstarts, one chicken game, and one terraforming. So the card deck is more like 47. But that kind of math, that kind of theory only works when going first, right? Because that upstart goblin in your hand going second is not a hand trap. But anyway, fuck it. This is zombies, man. We know how it goes. So onto the deck profile. Starting off with the Doom King Beldrock. I mean, what is zombies without this guy? Still good up to this day. Very good. And then we go with a double Gozuki. I think this needs to be free actually after testing, but for now I only have two. There you go. So this is really a great start for the deck. It's a level 4. Its extension effect comes up a lot. It helps you banish cards, which is also kind of important in this deck build. So I think it should be bumped at 3. And ever since the Duke of the Demise, you know, before with using Ghost Fusion, we had to like have the same attributes, you know, and the same type, but a different name for Garura. But now with Duke of the Demise, it can just be 2 zombie cards, so that really opens up the deck. Really great card. I'm glad we got that. And then I don't see much zombie players run this actually, but it's really good. Samurai Skull. It's a level 4 dark. When normal summoned, you can also mill a zombie monster, much like Gozuki and Unizombie. Only it needs to be normal summoned, right? Well, with Duke you can get another normal summon, so it comes up both ways. And this is also great for going second. If they remove this, if this card gets removed by your opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower zombie monster from your deck. So it can be Gozuki right out of the gate. And when going first, that doesn't come up, I guess. Maybe by Nibiru, maybe Ghost Ogre, you know. It's something. We need it. And then I run the one Unizombie. Yeah. I mean, it conflicts with, you know, Instant Fusion and the Synchron guy. Not sure what it's called again. I always forget the name. Assault Synchron, yeah. So that's why you wouldn't run it. You could like with Instant Fusion run the level 3 zombie vanilla, but that just takes up more extra deck space. I'm not sure, man. Maybe I'll bump this up to 2 because you do want to see more starters, and you get to like extend madly with this deck now with your all your level 4s. All these guys mill, they start. You really need that. So, and you can only use each once per turn, you know. So you want to have a good good diversity of seeing them in your hand. And consistency. You want to have as many in your hand as possible, at least 2. Then one Necroll Banshee. You do not need to run 2 copies. You can get this back with Ghost Sleeper. Yeah, really not needed, only just 1. And then 1 Ghost Sleeper to get to your Ghost Fusion. And let's see. Now, and I wanted to have more starters, you know. I mean, these could be considered starters. So I went with the Goblin package, like 1 Goblin Zombie, 1 Goblin Bike is Gone Wild, and 2 Goblin Breaker of the Grand Breakout. So how this works is you can normal summon this guy without tributing, and then you can special summon 1 Goblin from your deck, and Goblin Zombie is a Goblin. Or if you open this, you could tribute one monster on your field, and then special summon that guy, and then get your Goblin Zombie. This, I'm not sure how much this bricks yet, so let's see how that goes. I mean, if you open this and this, you can still use the card, send that, get your biker. It still is something. If you hard this, you can just summon it, get that. It will brick, I guess, but it has a low brick potential. So let's see. It's a test phase. The rest of the deck is really solid. This is still some testing, And let's see, what else do we got? And then we have the double Mizuki. I see people run 3. Yeah, what to say about that? I mean, it's more like an extender. I don't see this as a starter. Of course, next to your level 2's churner, you can go into Immortal Dragon and it can function as a starter that way, but then you will have missed a card that does something, I mean, Goblin Zombie at least gets you to a Ghost Sleeper, to your hand, and even to, what's the new guy? Let's see if I got it here. Yeah, the Vulture of Rotten Phoenix. I see people run this at 3 copies. If you run this package, you can easily just run 1. And still with this card, I'm thinking like, will I keep it in the deck at all? I mean, it's a great new card. You can extend with it. You have some nice plays with it, but at the end of the day, what does it offer you? What does it bring you besides summoning the big guys from your hand if you open them? I mean, it's a way to unbrick, I guess. But I have so much extension in the deck already. I mean, this extends in a better way in terms of the deck strat, with going for Immortal Dragon and stuff like that. So yeah, I think you need to approach zombies more like a glass cannon type to even stand a chance at against today's meta decks. I mean, this is like a zombie pure variant, and that way I still have space left in my deck for non-engine, and I think you really need that going into game 1. That's a way how to go about building zombies. There's another way that you could like decide to remove more non-engine, add in more engine like Vendread, and that way your going first game will be a lot stronger. You will have a better end field even. So you could go for the die roll. If you lose the die roll, fuck it. Go all in one, turn 1 turbo deck, That's the way to go for zombies, I guess. And then go for game 2 and game 3. But I still want to, have a better mix into going into game 1. And then with the other idea, you would typically use your side deck to the full extent, all 15 cards for going second, So you make a turbo going first deck and then side deck for going full, no, not full, but better going second. But I went with a pure build. I think it balances out better. So yeah, if you want, you could run triple Mizuki. It's great for grind game, but I want to go with a bit more glass cannon and like really max out on the consistency and power of what my deck wants to do. And with all the extension available, with this or Eldritch, spoiler alert, I won 1 copy of Eldritch for the new field spell Delta of Invitation. This also basically just helps you extend, so is it needed? I'm not sure actually, because with Delta I prefer to go for, if I would run like more Vendreads, I would go for Vendread Scar anytime, man, anytime, or I would just use it to get the Doom King already in the graveyard, so I have my other mills remaining for, to get to my other combo pieces. Or you just go for, where is she? Kenshi. So run 1 Genshi, of course. one of the best cards of the deck. Also another male semi-starter, because a bit hard to get out, but still easy enough for zombies, but not as easy like summoning level 4. Yeah, so that's also a way I would go with Delta, you know, with the field spell. So I'm not sure if Eldritch is even necessary. Same for the Vulture. Then for the other Ghost Fusion target, next to Genshi, is Dark Necromancer. Still a great card running at 1, even if you don't run any rituals or stuff like that. I mean, you can still special summon itself from the Banishment Zone or any other level 4 or lower zombie. It's a great card. If you have more Vendreads, this would be your best start. You would max this out at 3 copies. And because of Duke of the Mice, Gozuki is still also very good to open with. So yeah, that was it for the starter, I guess. Then we have another combo piece, much like the Ghost Sleeper, one Matt Muller. Very essential in this deck build, you will see later why. And then onto the ways to make differences in life points between you and your opponent. For that I run double Ready Fusion and of course 1 Instant Fusion. You could go triple Ready Fusion, however you like it. I find this to be more optimal, but I run only 1 target in the extra deck anyway, so it only works like this as an optimal way if you run like 2 targets. But that's a way. And then we have like triple tuning to get to your assault synchrons. I tested out with 1. Then you find that you open up not often enough with having something to you know, to make the difference in life points, to pay life points. The second comes up great just on its own. That's cool. With tuning, be careful that you milled like Ghost Sleeper first to get your Ghost Fusion to the hand, so you don't accidentally mill the Ghost Fusion. It's very important to keep note of that. And this has another cool effect that comes up in a ritual-based variant. And with that, we also have 1 copy of Revolution Synchron. I don't see many zombie guys run this actually. I don't know why, because it's fucking great with this deck. I will show that in the next video why. Then what we got? Yeah, of course, more ways to make difference in life points. 1 Upstart Goblin. How cool would it have been if they like from the Goblin bikers had a way to search this Goblin spell, you know? A spell or trap card that's Goblin, search it. But they do not. They fucked us over again. They only have like a card that searches the Goblin biker spell or traps, you know? That's kind of gay, but yeah, it is what it is. They could still release it. Konami, please, if you're watching this, give us something to have more Goblin access. I do know how broken that would be, because you have like other Goblin cards that are good, but in this day and age, really, I think we can do it, guys. I think you can do it, you know? 1 chicken game, basically another Upstart Goblin that your opponent cannot respond to, at least to the effect activation, I guess. Yeah, and then 1 terraforming to have more access to chicken game and zombie world, and then triple delta of invitation. This is a great starter as well. I want to see this all the time, you know, so that's why you have so much options with this, with terraforming. And the Ancient Fairy Dragon, the extra deck. That's why you run Revolution Synchron. This with an level 7 gets you to Ancient Fairy Dragon. And that can also get you to, because usually you would have opened with this, you know, or chicken game, and then you can place this field spell with either one. Do keep note that Ancient Fairy Dragon gives you 1000 life points back. So you cannot use Ancient Fairy Dragon that way to make the difference in life points to activate Ghost Fusion, you know, to meet the requirements for Ghost Fusion. Because you will pay 1000 life points, draw 1 and gain 1000 life points, and you'll be back at square one. And then we got some, now of course, Ghost Fusion himself. Foolish Burial, because it's zombies. And then 2 Curse of the Ancient Turtle. It's another way to banish cards from your graveyard. Gozuki is a way to banish. Ghost Fusion is a way to banish. And you want to banish these two. And what else do we have? I mean, great extender. Yeah, great combo piece as well. Another way to mill. And then in battle phase, when your zombie monster get destroyed, much like Immortal Dragon, only this one lets you special summon a zombie from your deck. Really good. Comes up. It's not the main focus, this extra effect, so I treat it as an extra effect. You know, I don't run any cards to make most optimal use out of the second effect. It's all about the first effect. The second is just bonus. And then the one zombie world, like I said, I want to go with a more glass cannon approach. The correct way would be to play 2 zombie worlds, actually. Yeah, you normally would want to have to, you know. Because, where is it? With Ghost Sleeper, you can get Banshee back. And the fuck's my Banshee? There's my Banshee. So you can activate Banshee again. And that way you would need the second zombie world. But there's another reason. With tuning, you can accidentally mill your zombie world. And that way you would still have another copy live in your deck, you know. So that's the correct way to play it. But I do not want to open with this. I think it's kind of bricky. So it's all glass cannon all the way. And that's not all too bad, actually, because this deck does not focus that heavily on zombie world, like most zombie decks strats do. I view it more as a bonus, you know. Yes, it works great with Doom King, but you have all the field spells and all the ways to activate Doom King still, you know, with Ash Blossom and Immortal Dragon, or even this with a monster effect from the deck. So that works. And that allows me to have more space for the non-engine. So for non-engine, triple Ash. Because yeah, it's a zombie. It's one of the best hand traps in the deck. With all the mod charmers going around, you need this. Double Ghost Bells. These should be Bestials. Like 2, 3 or 4 Bestials, up to you. Bestials would be another way to get a level 6 on the field, and another way to banish cards from your graveyard. So you could like banish Kenshi or Dark Necromancer. That would really be cool as well. And Bestials would also be, yeah, they are good right now in the meta, but they have another reason. But I'll get to that for the extra deck. Then double Forbidden Droplets and triple Super Poly. Now I also do run Garura. And with Duke of Demise, your opponents, if they run like Fiend Smiths, yeah, it can also be 2 Fiends, you know. So you do not per se need the Zombie World for that. But of course it works better with Zombie World. Forbidden Droplet, I think it's self-explanatory in zombies. Yeah. And then we have one Wandering Titan. Can someone please tell me why people run this at 3, man? I see that, I don't know why, because, don't get me wrong, it's a great card, but you have many ways to mill, you know, and you want to mill this, and it kind of reminds me a bit like Forbidden Droplet, or on legs, or an Ultimate Slayer on legs, because when this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard, you can send, it's mandatory actually, you need to send all your cards from your field to the graveyard and target that many cards on your opponent's side of the field and send them to the graveyard, and your opponent cannot respond to that. So that's why it reminds me a bit of a hybrid between Ultimate Slayer and Forbidden Droplet. Only then on legs, it's so accessible for this deck, man. It makes going second with Delta quite nice. So I also do not know if you need Eldritch for that. I mean, Eldritch is also good going second, but you have this already. I mean, I might cut this. Yeah, so that's it for the main deck, guys. Oh yeah, and Konami, if you're watching this, we zombies, we really need something like an own archetype way, an own zombie card that makes you pay life points and special summons from your hand to start off with, you know, like a level 2 tuner like these, a hybrid between these two. Give it some nice effects, maybe a graveyard effect as well, like Assault Synchron. That would really, yeah, make a lot of difference for the deck. Make Ghost Fusion even more alive. We need that badly. And the same thing could be said for like, man, Beatrice. We missed that so much. It's really sad she's gone, and I don't think she will come back. She will probably stay banned, much like the Valhalla chain. It was always gonna happen, I guess, but give us a zombie variant of this, you know. And Pilgrim Reaper it's not good enough. It's just all those random meals. It's not good. We need specific meals, much like Beatrice, preferably like 2 meals in your own, or exactly like this, only for zombies. Something along those lines would be really cool. So yeah, these would really help for the zombies to merge stuff together and go off. And in today's meta, it's so powerful already. I mean, even with our new support, we are still tier 2.5 max. So we could use the help, man. Really merge the ghost fusions with the zombies. Or even like having, for Vendreads, have something like, when you have Revended Origin, have something like Gishkiev, you know, a ritual spell that lets you pay life points up to the level or attack for ritual summon that also would pair the Ghost Fusion and the Vendreads together. Stuff like that. There are like 3 key pieces that deck would really make a huge difference. So yeah, that was it for the main deck. On to the exo deck. So for the exo deck, I won 1 Vampire Sucker. A great card with Doom King still. 1 Flying Mary. Great TCG exclusive. Gets your banished Doom King back. Great card to make in turn 3. Kind of a grind game card. SP Little Knight, because yeah, great guy. Then the Arms of Genex. Genex 0. Yeah, I wanted this to be Bestial Dispatter, but it's still not confirmed for the Rarity Reprint collection. Stampede. So I'm not sure, man. I'm still hoping that one comes up. But maybe this is better, actually. Not sure. You could, in theory, stop hand traps with this. And I mean in theory, because you need to banish the same attribute from your graveyard as the monster effect your opponent activates. So in the case of Ash Blossom, you do have that. I mean, you got enough attributes, don't get me wrong. You got like water, you got winds. If you make this off Assault Synchron, which is usually the way to get your level 10s, you always have a wind in your graveyard. You have dogs in your graveyard. With Eldritch or something else, you will have light. With Nibiru, you have light. You have Earth. You get your attributes, but do you get them early enough, you know? So in the case of Ash, let's say you open Ash, you go first. They use Mulcharmy, you Ash that Mulcharmy, then you go into your first place, and then they Ash on something on you. Then you could use this and use the Ash to stop their Ash, but I'm not sure. I don't think this comes up enough, so this should be a Bestial Dispatter. And I do not run any of the zombie boss monsters actually from the Exo deck, because they are not strong enough. They are simply not strong enough. I mean, it's fun to see, like, what do we have here? Like Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord. It's during the opponent's turn, you know, that you get to use the effect. Not good enough, sorry. Even when pairing up with Felgrand, beautiful card, but still not good enough. It's only like a monster banish or effect negation. We have that already in Doom King and in so much. So that's the great thing about zombies. It's generic, it's open. That's why I do not run Gloabloom. Fuck the Gloabloom. I mean, some people love this, really. I never like this card. It locks you into zombies, and that's the thing about zombies. You don't want to lock yourself into... And with Mad Muller, you saw earlier, it's only like as long as that card's on the field, so you can link that away, synchro that away into a zombie, and then you're clear again. With this, it's for your entire turn, you're fucked. So, don't like that. 1 Crystal Wing and 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon. You get to this with the Revolution Synchron, and then get it back again and go for this. It's also a way to have something against sand traps. And this is nuts in the deck. Really, really good. It helps you extend your level 4s. It gets to your field spells. Run it. Then, so in a pure build, you still want to have some type of end board. You know, it's hyper consistent as far as zombies goes. And in a pure build, you need to have some specialty still. So with Muddy Mud Dragon, we typically go into Lebellion, and with Lebellion we go into Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. That's a really cool way to do this. You could also go straight with Muddy Mud Dragon and the Bestial, or, you know, Assault Synchro even, stuff like that. Go into your Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, because you need to have an effect dragon on the field. So do not activate Zombie World first. Hold it off until you made your Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. And that can be done pretty easily. But this makes summoning the card even more easily. And yeah, you get to recycle the stuff back into your extra deck. You do need to discard a card from your hand to activate the fusion summon. And then you typically, like, you know, off Ghost Fusion. Now wait, I'll show it in the next video how to do that. It's great. I get to this very consistently, more so than in the Blue Eyes deck, a lot more. One Immortal Dragon, most beautiful card in the game, I think. Very good in zombies. Glad that that shit got printed. One Pilgrim Reaper, yeah. Okay. What to say about this? I don't like it. I don't like the random mills, but you need to have some form of rank 6 button to get your play started, and that's this. Yeah. Then the Duke of the Mice. Love it. Really cool. The extension, the getting the card back from your graveyard to your hand. The versatility with just using Ghost Fusion for 2 zombies, really cool. And even Fiends today in the meta. And then one Garura, so you're also like, with Super Poly, you are not that dependable on Zombie World with these targets. And another reason is sometimes you don't have enough extension in your hand, you know? You don't have any level 4 or any extender, and then you just want to draw a card. And then you go for Garura with Ghost Fusion. And then the Instant Fusion target. So that's it for the extra deck. As you can see, it's really hyper focused on being able to go through interruptions, because there's so many hand traps today, and still make somewhat of an end board. Typically, you go for, like, you have all these ways to get to it, you know. That's why it's so consistent. You want to go for Red Eyes Dark Dragoons, a Vampire Sucker, and then Doom King, something like that on the lines. Maybe Zombie World with the Super Poly, stuff like that, or a Droplet. Yeah. And the other stuff just gets you through the hand traps, or helps you keep going. Okay, on to the side deck. So for the side deck, because we run Ancient Fairy Dragon, we got Secret Village of the Spellcasters, alongside Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, which is Spellcaster, and it doesn't conflict with Zombie World, because, yeah, obviously you can only have one field spell on the field. So that's kind of nasty when you know you're going first. And then I run the 2 more Dark Necromant, so I have 3 copies to get to my Battlelord and Vendread Origin. This is a way to stun your opponent from using hand traps, you know, monster hand traps, so Ash and Nibiru mainly. And for this package I actually miss Scar of the Vendread, because with Delta I go to the Scar, yeah, more often. Another way is if you do not open the Dark Necromancer, and you do open like any of these cards, especially the Battlelord, you will have kind of bricked. And then at least with Delta or any other mill way, you can get to your Scar and you can get to your Ritual spell. So that's kind of cool. And I still wish we had something like that would pay life points. I have another deck variant where I invest more into this little package, like 4 cards more of Vendreads, and that's really nice actually. But yeah, do I have it here to show? Let's see. I think I do. Yeah, then you would run stuff like this. And the way that works is like you go with your Delta. Where is my Delta? You motherfucking Delta, where are you? Here is a Delta. Then you activate Delta. Sending anything you want. If you need to discard Vendread for the spell, then you send that. But basically, yeah, you can do a bunch of stuff anyway. You can, like, normal summon Dark Necromancer, send the Battle Lord, add to your hand the other ritual spell, not Origin. And then you use discard, special summoning the Scar from your main deck. Use these two, or even a token from Delta, etc. You know what you can do, man. You can even mill Genshi with this and banish the Genshi later with Origin, not with this. And then you special summon that guy, and then you like banish one Vendread card, call monster cards so they cannot activate Nibiru or Ash. And that way you still have like at least either this or the token. Do I have a token? I had a token. Here's my token. So that way you could link it off. And when you would link it off, you could activate the effect of the Battle Lord by sending like a Vendread Core. So you have another way to banish cards, which is also nice. Works great with the rest of the zombie deck. Get a draw. And then you can add like a ritual monster from your deck to your hand. You could add this. So you have another target protection against hand traps. But instead of core, you could also send the Executioner. And you want to have like triple copies in case of breaking one, you know, so you still get the effect of Battle Lord. And this is great for helping protect your zombie world, your end board, but also target protection against, you know, just hand traps. So that's a little anti-hand trap package that can be really good. This works great with Delta, I already mentioned that. Yeah, what else to say about it? Back to the side deck. And these would be the only cards for going first. And then for going second against Malice, Chaos Hunter, and triple Artwork Lancia. And for Rigel we have double Metal Tronus. And with this you could, like on the zombie world, you know, target the detonator and get your Eldritch on the field, because it's also, it would be like a zombie light. But you could also run one Nibiru, so you're not dependable on zombie world. And that way detonator has the same stats, you know, also light and 3k attack. So that works. That's why only one Nibiru in the side deck. Might seem odd to most, but that's for the Metal Tronus. And maybe I would run a third copy, but I don't got space right now. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? It's a great hand trap on its own anyway. So one Black Rose Dragon with one level 4 and Revolution Synchron. You make this an easy board wipe, and we have many level 6. So we also run the rank 6 Lars. And then the one token. So that's it for the deck profile, guys. Watch the next video. I will show there some combos and some tips and tricks, and also some text choices. There are many text choices to go about, but yeah, see you in the next one. See you. Ciao.